Hey guys, it's Aubrey from Muttley Plans. I wanted to hop on here real quick and do a quick currently inked review for June. So I'm gonna zoom y'all in just a smidge. I think you can see the last one. Yeah, perfect. So this month, unfortunately, was a little hectic. I didn't use my pins as much as I thought I would. And yeah, so a lot of them, I did use every single one of them, but I didn't use as much of the ink as I thought I would. So there's that. But yeah, these are all the inks. I went ahead, did it like last month's review, where I went ahead and set it up like this, to where I just go and I tell you my score, and then talk to you a little bit more about the pairing, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just going to jump in. Hopefully I'm in frame, and maybe I'll scooch it back a little. I know, technical difficulties, it'll be fine though. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna go in order down here. So the first one was Colorverse Bluish Green, and it's in my Edison Beaumont. No, they don't match, but this is kind of my only 1.1 stub, and probably the only one I'll ever get. And so since I like to have whatever I think I'll use as a header the most in this. So this Colorverse Bluish Green, it actually won the contest of which ink looks the closest to Noodle or Squeeteague. And it dries a lot better than Noodle or Squeeteague, so 10 out of 10. So I really enjoyed this ink, but honestly, I did not use this pen a ton, or this ink, obviously, because I didn't use the pen. I think that this Colorverse Bluish Green is very gorgeous, but it's not the type of color that I gravitate towards when I'm wanting to do like a header and stuff like that. So and then also, I just don't like writing long form with this pen. I've talked about my feelings about this pen for several videos, so I will spare you on it. It is a decent pen. It's more expensive than I would ever want to for a 1.1 stub ever again, but the 1.1 does its job. So yeah, anyway, so for the ink, I would give it, I mean, like, I like it, I just don't like it in this pen, so I think I'm gonna give the ink a 7. The flow is great, and everything. It's just, I honestly think it's the pairing more than the than anything else, because I think if I took this Colorverse Bluish Green and put it in my bluegrass, or not my bluegrass, wow, words, my Majon N7, I feel like I would use it a lot more because it's a thinner nib. So I think this one's on me. The ink, the flow was great. The color isn't bad. It's just I don't like that color in the thick nib, personally. The pen, I guess I'm gonna probably give it a 7. I'm not gonna lie. And so my combo, for the combo, I really did not like this combination at all, so I'm actually gonna give it a 4. Because like the pen and the ink together, just, they don't work, and that's more of a me for inking it up. So I think this upcoming month of July, I'm actually going to put a very pop, a color that's got a lot more pop to it. I'm not sure what color yet, but that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. So definitely look and see what I put in this for the month of July. But yeah, so that's my Edison Beaumont 1.1 stub, and it's with Colorverse Bluish Green. So, oh, bumped it. This next one is my Majon N7. And it was inked up with Ferris Wheel Press Bluegrass Velvet. So, this is a pin you probably won't see for a while, because I'm actually going to keep this inked up with Ferris Wheel Press Bluegrass Velvet. Like, I'm loving this combination quite a bit. Ferris Wheel Press Bluegrass Velvet, which, by the way, side quest, my husband bought me a whole bottle of it, and I love it because it saved me money, and he did it on his own. So he watched my video and he was like, oh, well, now I know what I can get her. So super sweet and a beloved ink. So yes, I appreciate. But it is doing so well in this pin that I'm just going to keep it there. I don't know if it's a forever match, but it's a for right now match. You know, they're dating pretty seriously right now. So yeah. So for the ink, it is an obvious tin. Like, the color is amazing. The flow is phenomenal. And I love this ink. Like, I cannot express how much I love this ink. Like, it may dethrone Autumn and Auburn. Maybe. I don't know, because I'm pretty attached to Autumn and Auburn. But this is just fantastic ink. This pin, it's growing on me. I would probably give the pin, especially comfort-wise, an 8. It writes pretty well. It's supposed to be a medium nib, and I guess it is still technically. But if you look at this one, so this one is Majon, and it's an N7. This is a medium nib, and then if you jump down here to my Majon N8, and it's got a medium nib, you notice how much thicker this medium nib for my N8 is versus my N7. So that's been very interesting to see just the differences. I'm liking it. It's definitely a lot more thin, which isn't necessarily bad. But honestly, I think my main gripe about this pen is still gonna be this part. The grip section is actually like a metal, like an aluminum feel. And so it's just, the grip's a little weird. I don't know. But it is growing on me. I also really like that it's a piston fill. So that it has a very good ink capacity. And so yeah, I'm enjoying overall this combo. I would honestly give this combination, you know, I would give it like a 9. It's a solid 9. Honestly, I'm flirting around with giving it a 10, just because this is definitely a for right now combo. And I mean, because I enjoy it. I reach for it quite often, and I love it. But yeah, so I would give the combo a 9. Maybe, you know, I'm gonna do a 9.5. I don't like doing decimals, but it's happening. So there, that's that. But yeah, love this combo. If you are wanting a pen that's pretty good quality, and it's not like a hefty price tag, this is like $25-$30. I don't know, tariffs may have messed that up a little bit. But both of these pins are amazing. The differences are, this one's a little more expensive. It's like in the 30-ish range last time I saw it. So around March time frame. And and it's a piston fill versus this one. This one has a converter fill. And if you're new to fountain pens, so a converter is just, you have this right here, this little twisty thing, whereas a piston fill is more like a TWSBI. So the TWSBIs, you push it down and it just has a huge ink capacity. So that's the difference, but both of these are really good. I'll talk about this beauty later when we get to it, but this one's still a good pen if you're wanting to play around with fountain pens, but you don't want like a $50+ pen. These are perfectly fine. And honestly, in some cases, right, even better than the expensive ones, you know. But yeah, anyway, so love that combo, keeping it around. This one. So for the month, I would say this was probably my fave. Like this, and I think it's almost written dry. I'd have to confirm. I took it to church this morning and wrote with it, but not quite. I got a little bit left. So, but it is like, I love it. My husband bought me this pen at the Colorado Pen Show last year. It's the Franklin Christoph O2 model in the colorway Sage. I like it a lot. The only thing that's like probably like about it is that it seems to, ink seems to evaporate out of it. So like if you're not writing with it every day, every other day, then it may cause you a mild headache, but not a big one. But comfort wise, this is probably my most comfortable pen that I have right now. That one or my Esterbrook Estie. Love it. The ink, I was surprised how much I liked it. I actually used it the most out of all of my inks. I'm pretty confident that I can say that. So yeah, the ink, I would give like a 9, just because like the color's good, but see, it's darker, a little bit of evaporation there. The color is good. I'm just not like completely and wholly sold on shimmer. It's growing on me, but it's not quite there. But yeah, this is a really nice pen. I'm not afraid to put shimmer in it because it is a broad nib. The pen, it's a 10. I'm pretty confident it will forever and always be a 10. It's just comfortable. It's a solid pen, and I love the nib. I actually love this broad nib so much that I've decided when I finally get, so I've got a couple of pens that have been on my list for a year now. It's the Leonardo Momento Zero in Angel Skin, and then the Benu Talisman in and it's sandalwood. The Benu Talisman in sandalwood, I'm getting a broad nib in that. I've decided that's what I want. That's what I want for that pen, and it's because of this pen that I'm wanting to get the broad nib, because I love this broad nib. I don't want all of my pens in broad nibs, but I definitely want more broad nibs in my life. So yeah, this pen's a 10. It's comfortable. It's fantastic. If you want a pen that's, you know, for me on the expensive-ish side, I think it's over $100. I think we bought this at secondhand, so like for $92 or something like that. But yeah, brand new, I think they're like in a little over $100, maybe $150. This is a good pen, Franklin Christoph. I have not been disappointed by it in the least. So yeah, this combination, I think I'm gonna go, honestly, like probably a 9. Probably a 9. I wouldn't go with a 9.5, but I did write with this quite a bit, partially because I love the writing experience with this pen, and then also this is a pretty color. Like, I did enjoy the base color of the green. It's just sometimes the shimmer, like, I don't know. But yeah, so here it is. Well, the next one, if you know, you know, is my least favorite pen that I have. It's also the cheapest pen that I have. But this is my Jinhaos Century 100. It's got a fine nib. So many screws to open it. Fine nib. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of started liking this pen just a little bit more. We still have mostly a hate relationship, but one thing that I will say, this pen in a fine nib that I have been inking up for multiple months in shimmer inks, because I don't care if it breaks, it has taken every bit of shimmer ink that I have thrown at it, and just been like, okay, what's next? Because this isn't gonna break me. So if you want a cheap pen that handles shimmer really well, this Jinhaos Century 100, not gonna lie, gonna be a good idea for you. This ink, it's in Diamine Pink Glitz. It is, honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of this ink. I did write with this more than I thought I would, but it wasn't my favorite. So I'm gonna give the ink like a 7. Like, it flowed well. I didn't have really any issues with it. Maybe a few, what is that, false starts or dry starts, whatever. But overall, not bad. It was just that I hadn't written with it in a week or so, and so that's why. But yeah, the ink just wasn't my favorite color. So I have a sample of it. Definitely don't think I'm going to ever want a whole bottle of it. But yeah, the pen, honestly, I've been low-key impressed with it this month, so I'm gonna give it a 7. I don't even know if that's a bump up. And then the combination, I'm gonna give that a 7 too. So yeah, begrudgingly, this pen did do pretty decent this month. We'll see. Maybe it's slowly growing on me, and I will start treating it better, and then it'll decide to die, I'm sure. But for right now, it is growing on me a little bit. So, oh, and also, one of the commenters on my last video mentioned tuning the nib to see if it writes better. I do plan on doing that. Have I done it yet? Absolutely not. This month has been ridiculous. So, but it is in my plans to see if I tune it. Maybe I'll fall even more in love with it. So stay tuned. Okay, this next one is Noodler's Cayenne, and it's in my Esterbrook Esty Botanical Garden. Yes, I keep it in a sleeve at all times when I'm not using it, because I really like this pen, and I might actually be sad if like something scratches it or something. This is a very comfortable writer. When I was talking about my Franklin Christoph 02 Sage, I did mention this because it is very comfortable. It's a fine nib, so like when I have smaller grid and everything, this is great precision wise. Like I love it, and plus it's just a gorgeous pen. My Franklin Christoph, I did deal a little bit with I think it's evaporation issues and then dry starts. My Esty, I have never, knock on wood, ever had to deal with that. And if you look and I pull it, or I'm sorry, when I unscrew it, So when I'm unscrewing it, you'll see it kind of pop a little bit there. It's because apparently they have a special cap mechanism. You would have to go look at a different channel that explains it better than me, but apparently it's like a cushion cap or something to where it basically makes it less likely that you're going to have a dry start with this pin. So I definitely appreciate that. This pin writes anytime I pull it out. So, and it is inked in Noodler's Cayenne, which is gorgeous, but the same issue of it not wanting to dry. It's awful. Honestly, the Noodlers, I just need to not ever get that brand because I fall in love with their colors just to find out that they don't dry well. They take a long time to dry. Because I love this. Look at this color. It's like the perfect orangey red and it's gorgeous. And some of y'all have told me, given me possible inks to try. And so I have actually bought samples of those inks, and that's going to be a video in the near future where I compare this Noodler's Cayenne to those different inks. So definitely watch for that. But yeah, the ink is, it's a 7. Like, it's a 7 because of the dry time. If it weren't for the dry time, it probably would be a 10, not gonna lie. The pen is obviously a 10. It's like one of my favorite writers. The combo, I would give it maybe like an 8 because truthfully, while the slow dry time is a pet peeve of mine, it did not stop me from reaching for this pen quite often. I think that has more to do with the pen versus the ink that was in it. And so that's, take that for what you will. But yeah, I love this pen. This ink, I love the color, hate everything else about it. So, all right, Robert Australis Rose, and I inked it in, and we're pausing. Okay, so this is absolutely the next day. My friend came over like she does every Sunday. I just thought I'd be faster than her, and I wasn't. So today is actually Monday, June 30th, that I'm getting back to y'all. So hi, hello, hope you have a great day, or are having a great day. Yeah, so where I was at is we were talking about Robert Australis Rose in my Jinhao tin, white and gold, with a fine nib. Also, before we go on any further, my voice, I am losing it. So yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, so this pin, I like it because of the convenience, not the comfort. And obviously, she looks gorgeous. But as far as wanting to write long form, anything like that, definitely not the pen that I gravitate towards. So yeah. But for the ink, I was actually a little discouraged by this ink. Not because it doesn't look gorgeous. I mean, look at this swatch. But I guess I just was not in a pink mood this month. And so I didn't write with it quite as much as I thought I would. Like, I just didn't gravitate towards it. But I think it has more to do with this light pink color being in it versus anything else. Part of me wonders if, like, when it comes to these lighter colors, like this dusty pink, color if I wouldn't do better putting it in a broad nib or even trying one in this 1.1 stub. But yeah, anyway, the ink, it's pretty. I didn't enjoy it quite as much just because in this fine nib it came out so light. I know it doesn't look like it right here, it's just making a liar out of me. But when you get to writing, like I did 1 or 2 journal entries with this, and it was just, I want it to be a little bit more saturated on the page. Honestly, you see the end right here of this swatch. If it was that dark writing with it the entire time, I would probably buy a bottle of this. So yeah, so for the ink, I didn't enjoy it quite as much. So I'm going to give it a 7. Oh, look, now it comes out, but it's just because this is evaporated a little bit. It'll lighten up, trust me. The pen, I didn't enjoy it quite as much this month, but I do enjoy the convenience quite a bit. So I'm going to give the pen, I don't know, torn between an 8 and probably give it a 7 as well. The combo I would say is a 7. Like I said, the ink evaporated a little bit, it looks like, and so that's why these are so dark, but usually it writes when you get it writing like this and even lightens up the longer you write with it. But yeah, so that is how I feel about my Jinhao tin with Robert Australis Rose. All right, the next one, honestly, if anybody asked me, hey, I'm new to fountain pens, I don't want to spend a whole lot, but I want a really good fountain pen that's not expensive, I would absolutely tell them to get the Majan N8. This pen, it was before tariffs, like in the $20 range, maybe $25. I'm not sure what it is now. I haven't checked. It is my favorite, one of my favorite pens. Like, I would say the comfort level and writing experience of this pen is up there with my Franklin Christoph and my SD. Truthfully, it's just kind of a different experience because it's a medium nib, and so it just writes a little bit differently from those two. But yes, this, if I had to choose 3 pens out of this entire group, and I could only take 3 pens to, you know, this random island, it would absolutely be this Franklin Christoph, my SD, and then this Majan N8, because it's just that good. And it's gorgeous. I mean, look at that. So, I do kind of feel like I'm stuck having to, or needing to, however you want to put it, putting reds or golds, or, you know, something in that family in this just because of the coloring. But obviously, if you aren't one of those people that feels the urge to kind of make things match-ish, I wonder what the dogs are at. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Perks of having dogs. It was absolutely nobody and nothing. If you are a dog owner, you probably know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm back. Sorry about that. Life is lifing. Anyway, yeah. So this is a fantastic pen. I'll stop talking about it. So this ink actually surprised me. Usually I'm not a huge fan of like burgundies, but I actually gravitated towards this pen quite a bit. And partially because I love writing with it, but also this ink did very well in here and I appreciated it. And so I wrote with it a lot more. So this ink, I'm actually gonna give maybe like a 9, because I'm still not 100% in love with the color. But I do like it pretty well. Just not enough to get a bottle. Like, it's not bottle worthy for me. The pin, absolutely a 10. The combination, I would say, honestly, I enjoyed it quite a bit, so I'm gonna go for a 10 on there. Oh, thank you. So, love you. I got a cookie. So yummy. Anyway, so this last one is going to be my, it's Diamine Rosewood in my TWSBI Espresso with a medium pin. And it's a TWSBI Espresso Bronze. So, gorgeous. This was a birthday present for me from my husband. Yeah. This is the second month in a row. I just filled it, like, not the beginning of this month, but last month with Diamine Rosewood. And this was actually a carryover. Just because I didn't feel like I was done writing with Rosewood and I still had quite a bit left. And I do still have quite a bit left over. But I am going to put a different ink in this for this upcoming month. But the ink is a 10. This is one of the bottles that I bought this year, is this Diamine Rosewood. I love it. I don't know that I will need any more browns in my collection, because for somebody who says that they're not a huge brown ink fan, I have 3 bottles of brown. So 3.5 if you count my husband's bottle. But anyway, so I definitely don't need any more browns. The pen, I would give it probably a 9. So it is comfy most of the time, but honestly it depends on what position I'm in, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I feel like the comfort level of a pen depends on if I am sitting down to write or if I am standing up to write. So like right now I'm standing up, and just the angle that I have to hold this pen in order to write is not very comfortable, but when I'm sitting down, it's very comfortable. So it's kind of wishy-washy in that way, I guess. The combo, I would say probably 9, maybe a 9.5. I don't know. But just because I love the ink, and I do like this combo. Obviously, I used it for 2 months. Let me get that out of the way. But I don't know. I feel like if another pen came along that was more comfortable, it might be a forever pairing. Maybe, question mark, I don't know. But I love using this TWSBI to basically any ink that's brown, bronze, anything like that. I just am like, oh, that'll go in my TWSBI. So anyway, yeah, these are my pens, my currently inked review for June 2025. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know, what's your favorite color? How do you feel about the grades given? Like, do you have the same pen and do you have a different like feeling about it? Yeah, let me know. I really enjoy when people comment, mainly because I started this channel because I wanted to talk to people about pens and stationery and stuff like that. So please, please, please feel free, give me a comment. Yeah, how did your currently inked for June go? Let me know. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.